Generic greetings and welcome to Be Carbonized. Today's beverage is a very hydrating watermelon juice drink, very refreshing indeed. So welcome to Be Carbonized. This is a free card-based strategy game where the main opponent is climate change. Let's go to new game and a standard mode here, and I'll show you a little bit of it. Now, although I will be attempting a success and a win on this one, success cannot be guaranteed, naturally, so we'll see how we get on. Although, as long as the journey's interesting, the destination doesn't really matter. Thinking on that though, the fairly state for this game is ecological devastation and societal collapse, so perhaps we do really want to win. Anyway, this is the main game board, and this represents the world, and the world is split up into four main sectors. We have industry, ecosystem, people, and science. Now, these sectors will generate some type of token. For example, industry and ecosystems generate this pinkish purpley token, which we're going to call industry. People generate people, science generates science. These will be used to upgrade the sector size, as well as play cards that will do a couple of things. So for example, we have the 20th century industry here. So let's click the information button, and it says this is a starting card for the sector industry. The 20th century saw a huge rise in production of consumer goods, construction and industry. It was mostly based on burning fossil fuels, and so it created a lot of greenhouse gases that negatively impacted the climate of our planet. It increases the speed of the sector, which generates tokens, but also has emissions. And emissions, yes, we can see we have emissions here, and that is represented by the emissions bar up the top. As this progresses along, we'll get noteworthy events on these points here. That's a tipping point, and yeah, basically as it goes along and along and along, it becomes more and more difficult. It is very much based on trying to fix the problem early rather than leaving it to the end, and it just becomes almost impossible. So how are we going to do this? Well, we need to do something, and the something I'm going to choose to do is go for straight away. Do you want to go straight away? Let's go with probably some renewables. You can go and double and triple down on fossil fuels, and that will increase the speed at which you generate tokens, but naturally also increase the emissions. So you could say go very heavily that way and then pump all of that into science or the ecosystem, or you can go very heavily science or culture focused. The choice is up to you. I'm going to choose probably to go for, you know what, I'm going to go with renewables. Yes, we're going to go with renewables there. So we'll set that going, and that is going to increase the, decrease the time it takes to generate tokens, but increase some emissions, only by a small amount though. But we want to get the industry going, we want to make the ecosystem work for us, get science on the go as well. So there's lots of choices here. There's renewables, and we could say you got wind, solar, hydro, etc. We also have people resources, so we get more people, and it basically removes one of these tokens, the industry tokens, and you get a people. If you don't have the tokens, then starvation. That's bad. Let me go and create some science funding here, start generating some science, and it is very tempting to just go for straight away more fossil power, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I could go for ecosystem. However, yeah, that's a nature conservation. However, that will remove some emissions. There we go. We see the bar steadily increasing here. However, that would put us onto a negative thing because of the people. We'd have no food, which means it's starvation, and it costs you like a couple of tokens to remove, so it's not ideal. Let's go for nature conservation, and now we are generating some industry points from the ecosystem, but 400 seconds as opposed to 32, so it's a big difference. We go for agroecology, local solutions, nature restoration. That seems to be like the fairly obvious one, because it increases the generation by a small amount, but also reduces emissions in total. So that's just a net positive for us. Renewables, I probably want to go with wind energy because it doesn't use people, and I want to use this societal change, get this on the go first. Going to increase the speed at which we generate people points. So yeah, we're probably going to do that, but only, we need the tokens first. Let's just sit on this because we will put one token into it, and then there's the second, and let's create that. So we've gone from the 91 seconds to 58, so that's massively helped us out. Renewables we will be able to get, I think. Renewables, no, sorry, it's on renewables and it's wind energy. However, will we generate the amount of food before this ticks over? It looks like it's gonna, so yeah, let's risk it. Let's go for it. So we'll set that going. What else do we have in societal change? We've got idea incubator, which is just increase the speed. We've got decarbonization laws. That's 2 and 2, and then there's lifestyle changes, but that reduces the generation of these points. Emissions are already halfway to the first tipping point. I've not won the game. I've not won a game yet, and basically, once you get to about here, it becomes very, very difficult. There's local solutions, but I think decarbonization laws is probably the way I want to go. We can go for hydro as well if we wanted to, or science. We can go with science incubator. We've got research centers. Emissions cleaning is just straight up great in the game. It's increases the speed at which you generate science, removes some from the emissions list, and just generally it makes it work. So shall we do that? It costs 3 and 2 though. 3 and 2. Whereas I want to get. I'm gonna go with maybe. Oh, I do want to go with that. I have a feeling we need to. Yeah, we need to. Definitely need to increase. Let's go with agroecology, just because 400 generating one of these points every 400 seconds is sort of pointless, so I'd rather generate loads now. Try and increase the speed of that, should I say. And then we'll go for emissions cleaning and decarbonization laws. That just increases the speed. That's just a no-brainer though, isn't it? Because it increases the speed at which you generate people, but also reduces overall emissions by 1. We're just about to hit that tipping point, by the way, which is going to be fun. Tipping point, heat waves. The world is warmed by 0.5 to 1 degree Celsius. Compared to the pre-industrial levels, you can expect natural disasters of historically unprecedented extent. There's the heat waves there. It costs 4 industry to remove it. If we remove it, though, if it expires, we lose science and people. However, if we use industry to remove it, we gain 2 science. That just seems like, yeah, go for it. Go for it. Decarbonization laws. Oh, do I want to expand this and get more? Well, that's every 115 seconds now, but we're already on 76 seconds. I don't have much choice. I have to get rid of this. I have to get rid of it. Science funding. I'm going to get science funding. And let's go with 1, 2, 3. And we will solve that. And there we go. We've mitigated the issue. Decarbonization laws is next, perhaps. Or, oh, look at that. Regenerative agriculture. Increase the speed of the ecosystem and reduction in emissions, which are currently on 34. Next tipping point is at 500 and we're on 350. Let's go for that. But then, definitely decarbonization laws. Oh, good grief. Right. You've also got emissions cleaning, which is just brilliant. Oh, that's actually probably better than decarbonization laws. Yeah, that's actually really good. But I do think we stick to what I was on about. We need to increase the speed if we get people, so we need to invest in that. So we'll do that. Lifestyle changes massively decreases the generation of it, so we don't want to be doing that. This is coming into play, which is fine. Yeah, it's asking us, oh, we could do emissions cleaning now. No, let's stick to it. Let's try and balance this out a little bit, because at the moment we're quite heavy on a couple of things. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's create that. That's going. That's working for us now. Okay. And then we can go for emissions cleaning. 1, 2, 1, 2. And 3. And will we generate this next before that? Yes. There's emissions cleaning. Okay. We're working. Things are working for us now. On 33 emissions, so we've actually reduced it since the last time we checked. This is good. This is good. Like I said, I really don't want it to tip over the third one. If I tip over the third one, I think we're just going to call it, you know, a loss. There's carbon tax. Decentralized power grid. Transition from fossils. Okay. I do want to increase the size of the ecosystem. But we've got space here, so why would we not do transition from fossils? Or carbon tax? Because it costs 4, that's why we wouldn't do it. Oh, stop wasting food, apparently. We've just been told. If we solve this... Okay, so it's sitting there for now. There's emissions cleaning, which you then get carbon storage and carbon capture. Both take up a permanent slot, are quite expensive to do, and it's a one-time deal for the most part. Stop wasting food. Let's stop wasting food, which is going to give us a green card, which is permaculture. However, this is now outside of the main area. So see this? This is now outside. You can click and drag and move these around, so if I wanted to put that in there, I can. However, I think it would be best to... I'd need to upgrade this. Because this will be burnt otherwise. So we'll upgrade this size. So that's sort of forced our hand just a little bit. Lifestyle changes. It's like taking more personal transport. Oh, tipping point. The world is warmed by 1.5 degrees Celsius. More than 70% of coral reefs are dead. Acidified seawater means harsh decline in biodiversity of marine life. The Western Antarctic Glacier and permafrost begin to melt and release methane emissions. And there's the acidic oceans. If we solve that, however, we gain a green card, but they're not always ideal. I'm going to do that. Transitions from fossils. And there's people starving. Ah, that was one of the events I mentioned. Yes, basically, I didn't have the right amount of industry. I didn't have any industry points when it tipped over, so that's happened. If I don't fix it, I lose the game. Which means I'm not going to, sadly, be able to fix the acidic oceans unless it increases in size, which it's not, because it's going to actually make it even worse because the lifestyle changes. It's going to make it worse and slower. That's not ideal, is it? Not much I can really do. Should have just kept an eye on it. If I just waited a couple of seconds extra, it wouldn't have happened. That's on me, that. Oh, no. Sorry, that has decreased it. That's good. Sustainable transport, solar subsidies. That's really good. Right, so let's go with... Do we have enough points here? Yes. So that's going to be removed. Nature restoration is now in play. And people starving will be able to get that. And nature restoration, we can then go to ecosystem approach. This removes... This is a star card, and you want to go with the star cards. That basically wins you the game. Go for the star cards. We're just going to remove that. So people are no longer starving. I don't know what that represents. You just clicking on that and saying, yeah, it's fine. I don't know what it represents. We're on at 28 emissions. So we're actually still trending in the right direction, as in we're trying to reduce our emissions. Getting ecosystems approach will remove 10. So that's good. Solar subsidies massively increase this, but reduce emissions. That's getting done. I'm going to increase the size of that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Not yet, though, because that would trigger another... Oh, no, we've got a point. Doesn't matter. Create. I was going to say, that would trigger a big problem again. Okay, so that's getting built. We could go with hydro energy. We could go with solar. Could go with solar. But again, that's going to increase my emissions have increased just a little bit. But once we got this, it should be fine. Ecosystem approach. And that's going to remove 10 and again increase ecosystem again. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to go for that one. We've got carbon agriculture. We've got kelp plantations. There's the solar subsidies there. So what are we on now? 30. 30 per round. I thought that was going the other way. Let's go with... do we want to go solar? We can go for home wind farms. Increases the speed. Pollution regulation. It slows this down, but reduction by 4. Which seems like, yeah, get it done. Slows this down a bit, but -4 emissions. Okay, let's increase science. Because I want to go for potentially... we can get a random card. There's the ecosystems approach. And we can replace it with ecocentrism. Removes 41 made. Costs 4 though for people. I want to increase the size of that as well. We've already done lifestyle changes. Carbon tax seems to be a good one as well. How are we doing now for emissions? 19! Wow! Okay, we've massively reduced that when these have ticked over. That's good. I'm going to go carbon tax. It costs us 2. Sorry, it costs us 4, and we're not generating a huge amount of that. But seems to be the way to go. Carbon storage. Carbon capture. That's -2 though, and we've got loads of spare science points actually. So we'll do that. There's sustainable transport. That's just straight up increase the amount of people we generate. But would that affect our carbon tax? No, it actually doesn't use any of those resources. So we're going to get that on the go. And then we're going to fire off carbon tax, which I think you can get like a polluter tax as well. There we go. There's them going for it. 19 in the emissions. That's going to now reduce it to 17 because of the carbon capture. It's a one-time buy. Feels like we're not doing terrible, actually. As we now have coastal refugees. Each round minus industry. If I don't pay, gain an event to solve to gain more people. That's easily enough done. We can solve that. No drama. No drama whatsoever. There's the carbon tax. What are we on now? 14 emissions. Yeah, we'll just get this. Solve. And there we go. We mitigate the issue. I still think we're going to tip over that next one. Unless we go for things like carbon agriculture or kelp plantations or something like that. There's the sustainable transport. You can also go sustainable transport 2.0. Why not? Why would we not? Ecosystems approach. We can then go for ecocentrism. Let's replace that and increase the size. Oh, it's going to cost 2 tokens. Okay. The problem now is we're not generating a huge amount of industry tokens. What are we on? 13. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Which is going to get there first. Looks like. I think it was about... it's about equal. Okay. So we've increased the ecosystem bar. That's increased the sector size. We did do... Did I go agroforestry? I think I did. What's that lead to again? It leads to agroforestry and regenerative agriculture. Oh, so maybe I did not go for that? I can't remember. That's upgrading anyway. We could go for an idea incubator, but I don't think we need to. That's getting upgraded. Don't need a random card from there. Don't necessarily need more from that one. We're on 13 emissions. Yeah, we're stemming the tide, which is what we want to do. Agroforestry. Removes 50. Let's go with that. Actually, no. Carbon tax. If we spend... Oh, if we upgrade that, polluters pay. Yeah. That's again an obvious choice for us. How's nuclear energy looking? It's looking good. It's looking very good, but I think when you get these cards, they also have event chances. So, yeah, nuclear. There's events of, like, it could go boom. There's a way to mitigate that, obviously. Carbon agriculture. That's a very happy cow. Oh, hang on. 2 events. Stop wasting food. Solve this to gain a green token. And lack of coffee. Oh, well, we'll have to put all signs to work there. Then we'll mitigate those and we'll get permaculture as well. Okay, fine. World Climate Fund. I think it was the carbon agriculture I was looking at, wasn't it? Yeah. It is, however, science. Is science lacking at this stage? Oh, we're on 3 emissions. I think we might be a bit low on science. A science incubator would be very well received. And let's go with that. So we're going to go with carbon. Oh, what's this? No to consumerism. Solve to gain something in people. Mitigate. Lifestyle changes. Oh, okay. So we're going to pause that a second. So does that put us on negative then? Oh, 2 around. That's great. That's good. So that's a reduction, yeah. And we can spend. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, let's go for energy shortage first. Mitigate that. Right. And then we're increasing the size of people. The people sector's been increased. And then we can spend 2 and 2 to get a circular economy for recycling, I think. And there we go. That'll put us on to very low emissions. And that's before this is coming into play. We might just miss this next level. Next tipping point, we're on 849. Next tipping point is 900. Okay. That's possible. That is possible. Carbon storage. 2 and 3. Oh, what's this? Climate change denial. Well, let's just get rid of that, because plus 30 each round. Mitigate. Gone. And new card. There's the card. Carbon farming is a variety of agricultural methods aimed at sequestering atmospheric carbon into the soil and in crop roots, wood and leaves. The aim of carbon farming is to increase the rate at which carbon is sequestered into the soil and plant material, creating a net loss of carbon. And that means we are on now -2 emissions around. We have now basically, we can speed it up. There we go. There's the circular economy. We could go decentralized economy. If we wanted to do that, why not? Let's just upgrade that. We could go for biophilic approach. Well, we just can't. If we have the points, we can. It's concerning, though, that I actually probably need to get some more energy, because 24 seconds for people. It's actually taking it a little bit faster. It's not taking it faster than we generate, because we've got ecosystem on the way as well. But I do think if we get solar, that would help us out. Are we going to tick over before that one? Yes, we are. Let's create that. There has to be balance here. We're still on -5. That's only going to increase it by 1. We're still negative. There's carbon capture. No, there's decentralized economy. We're on -10 now. And we can go for degrowth or a donut economy. I have never heard of that term, but it sounds delicious. We've got agroforestry. We've got ecosystem approach, which we've looked at. This is biophilic approach. 8 and 8. But industry is one thing that we're lacking out on. That's interesting. So, here we go. That is very interesting. We're generating these points, which is fine. Decentralized economy, which is there. I mean, we couldn't... Let's upgrade... Should we upgrade to a donut economy? Why not? Oh, stop wasting food. Windless dark winter. Well, we're going to have to mitigate that. Peatland drying up. If I don't pay, massive negatives. Oh. -1 industry. Plus 250, which would tip us over the edge and stop wasting food. We're not going to be able to get that done. The peatland will dry up. The event is... Oh, that's not ideal. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something. Science incubator. So there's the donut economy. Oh, eco-symbiosis we can go for. 20 and 20. But I think we're going to get over this tipping point now. We're still at -6, and we're 250. But we need more science. And we generate it every 43 seconds. It's going to tick over in 80 seconds. It's going to be so close. So close. And get rid of that. Permaculture again. Sciences we're generating more of. 1, 2. Ooh, it's going to be very close. Oh, no, we've got it. We have got it. Perfect. That's a teeth dryer. Tradesperson estimate. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be a big job it'll cost. Okay. Mitigated that. Oh, now we've got an intense drought. Can you pack it in? Come on, climate. Do some heavy lifting, would you? Okay, we can replace this if we had the signs, which, well, we don't, so the end of that chat. No, we will get rid of the drought. It's looking like we're going to go with eco-symbiosis at this stage, because we're halfway there. And there's no cap, as far as I can tell. Emissions are still going down. Right. 1. Max speed. 2. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think we've just got it. There's mitigated the issue. Good. Okay. Go for decentralized economy. We already went for the donut economy, but I mean, that just removes. I like the idea of just waiting a bit. We're on -7. I like the idea of upgrading to eco-symbiosis. Or, what was it? Biophilic approach. Well, it looks like we're focused on this one now. This is the one where we're probably going to hit it first. We've got 2 science incubators. I don't know why I've done that. That's just silly. Shouldn't have done that. Emissions are still heading down. Windless dark winter. Alright, yeah, I guess I'll use more science points and remove that. And geothermal wells. Oh, okay, well, it's probably worth getting that in place then. And I'm just going to have to mash this button, aren't I, now? And there's last elephants. Last elephants. And endless dark winter. Or windless dark winter. Mitigate. Geothermal wells. I was going to say we're on positive now, aren't we? Because of that's being increased. Yeah, that's actually not too much of a problem, though. I mean, I'll mitigate that. I don't need the extra people cards. Is there anything we can do about this? Polluters pay. How much is it? It's loads. Let's pay that. That's net zero. Climate change denial. Pay that. That winter again. And wild deforestation. We'll pay that. And that's given us mass reforestation. It's like I have no choice but to pay that. Right. And breathe. Are we still on... Well, we're on negatives. We're still on the negative. Okay, good. Let's just speed this up a bit. There's net zero. Yes, that's good. We can... Carbon negative. We can build carbon negative if we had the science. But it looks like it's going to be... Right. Let's go with that. And... Eco-symbiosis. I wonder if that's the game. I wonder if that's game. It feels like it might be close too. I'm going to go with Oh no, what was it? Biophilic approach. 1, 2. No, I think that's it. I think that's game. You win, yes, congratulations. You won after 71 rounds. You have succeeded in building a society in which people live in a mutually beneficial relationship with nature, where people manage to minimise their environmental impact on the planet. This isn't the only path to saving the planet. Can you find all 6 of them? Wow. Okay. So I would have assumed there would have been... I guess there's a win for industry, ecosystem, people, and science. So we've got eco-symbiosis, but there probably was like make the climate like a Gaia world type thing, shall we say? Industry would be, you know, just like say we've made a warp core, we've made yeah, something like that, which is just basically free energy. We've achieved like fission or something. Science, we've just discovered some magical thing that, yeah, basically it fixes all the problems. And yeah, then there's other ones apparently. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. That has been a bit of Be Carbonize. It's chill, it's fun, it's a subject matter that I care about, and it's free. What's not to like? It's a very nice looking game as well. Either way, that's a bit of Be Carbonized. Hope you have enjoyed the look at the game. If you want to see more or any tips, comments, suggestions, etc., pop them in the comments there. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.